So Nathan, Whitby Town knocked out the North Rangers Senior Club of penalties this evening, and very disappointing showing from your side.
Yeah, I think you're being kind. I'm not going to take anything away from Boro Rangers because I thought they were excellent tonight. But we weren't at the races. We didn't penetrate the ball. We started the game like it was a pre-season game. We were passing it around at the back without really breaking any lines. I'm not going to blame the fact we're off 2 weeks. It just wasn't good enough. You're expecting your team to, solve problems when they're out there and find a way to do things, but barring their keeper picking the ball out the net, it's not a save to make, and you're not going to win football matches at any level if you're not testing the keeper. Yeah,
and you've touched on the fact that we've had a break, but really look at it in reality, across non-league really the last couple of weeks it's been pretty much the same all with the frozen pitches. Yeah. And you mentioned about the performance of Boro Rangers, they just seemed a lot sharper this evening.
Yeah, listen, it's not an excuse. It was desire, and that's what I've put on the lads in there. It's, I've asked them the question, how much do you want it? There's a little bit of soul searching going to be going on because we've got a big game against South Shields coming up. We don't want to be going into the game like that, and I'm pretty positive we won't. But we've approached the game collectively as a group once we've gone over that white line and the whistle's gone. I think we've just turned up and thought we were going to course the game, but the lads have got a shock. The Rangers have had a penalty, they've converted it. We were fitter than them, we had more ball than them, but we did absolutely nothing with it. Like I say, credit to Boro Rangers on the night.
Yeah, and after converting the penalty, Whitby did get the equaliser shortly after, but again just sums up really the fact that their only shot on target essentially has come from an opposition player.
Yeah, quality was poor. The goal was great quality from Priestley. Obviously we finished it was a routine corner. After that, every ball into the areas what we've worked on that have been, we've been successful with over the last God knows how long. It just wasn't happening tonight for us for whatever reason. But again, I'm not going to make any excuses. Tonight wasn't good enough, and the lads know that.
Yeah, and in terms of your preparation, obviously good to get a game in before going into that game against South Shields next week. But far from ideal preparation in the sense that you went with a strong lineup and couldn't perform this evening.
No, definitely. Listen, it is what it is. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to dwell on it, and I won't let them players dwell on it as well. It's a game of football. We wanted to get the game in because we didn't want to go into the game against South Shields rusty. And like I say, that's a little bit of an eye opener for us, and a reality check that we've got to be better. And like I say, well, I'm sure when we get to Monday against South Shields, I'm pretty certain we'll put in a much better performance than that, because that was dire. But it's one of them. I'm not going to dwell on it at all. We need to move forward.
Yeah, and that game against South Shields, well, it's one of those fixtures that we saw last season and this season. Well, those types of teams sometimes have turned to bring the best out of Whitby.
Yeah. Well, it's us up and over. We play well against good teams, and for whatever reason we're struggling against teams lower down, I suppose. But we've got to be better collectively. I think defensively tonight we were pretty solid, barring the goal. We had a shaky first 10 minutes. Shane kept us in it. Again, that's down to attitude. But going forward, just toothless, absolutely toothless. And that's as a collective group. We didn't close balls down. We didn't go for second balls. We didn't penetrate. We didn't get into the final third. We broke no lines. Everything that you'd want we didn't do tonight. So again, I'm not going to get too downbeat by it. I'm obviously very disappointed we've lost the game. I know the lads will be, but it's all too late now. The game's over, and if we keep going over old ground, you're not going to get any further. So we need to move forward, and we need to start that next week.